started?
Yes, what we are given to understand that the meeting is currently underway, given the fact that Vinod Sonkar, the chairman, has also reached. Several members of parliament. From the opposition side, I am given to understand that Danish Ali has reached. His was the only name that I have been able to get a confirmation on. Several members of the ruling party, which is of course Sunita Duggal, Dr. Rajdeep Roy, Swami Sumetanand, amongst the others, they have reached that particular meeting. In fact, Jay Anant had already reached parliament by 11:20. So since his would be the deposition first, he would have already been inside that committee meeting. But so we'll have to just wait and see what happens after that meeting, because Jay was brought in from another gate where the media did not have access to him. So obviously he's been smuggled in, in that meeting very secretively, because Jay had already expressed his reservation about being hounded and probably expressed his reservation about his security aspects in the past as well. During this entire course of events that has spanned out over the last 1 week or 10 days. So it's going to be a half-an-hour deposition that Jay has been assigned. He has been given time to present his case. He obviously, like I said, has to come out with facts. He cannot just shoot and scoot. He'll have to come up with solid facts and tell the committee why action needs to be taken against Mahua Moitra, because he's the complainant in this case.
All right, pal, stay with us on the broadcast. As we said that the ethics panel meeting has started, let's cut across to some more information that we're putting out. What is it that the ethics panel can do? The first option, what are the key options before them? The first one, the panel, if required, may go deeper into the probe, refer the matter to the CBI or Enforcement Directorate. Nothing stops the panel from saying, look, we have limited powers and this requires a thorough investigation. There can also be a probe into the breach of security and financial breach. Money trail in this case will have to be established, because there is no direct sting operation that was done like the 2005 case. The panel can also suspend MP pending probe. That's what is something, while the external agency is looking into the matter. It's a call that finally rests with the Speaker. Can expel the MP if convinced with evidence is provided. Expulsion is one immediate option before the committee, whether they decide to refer it to a CBI or ED or not. Can expel the Member of Parliament if convinced with evidence is provided. In this case, financial trail, in this case, the digital data record, the footprint is going to be important. Testimonies, yeah, are a good point of beginning investigation, but they don't prove everything per se. Give a clean sheet if there is nothing that can be proved against Mahua Moitra, and the complaint, however persuasive it may be from the point of argument, but has not been really substantiated by evidence before the committee, because it's a serious call that needs to be taken. And the committee can go ahead and clear Mahua Moitra of charges if proof is found to be insufficient. Like any other procedure, even in this procedure, she is presumed to be innocent till found guilty. No procedure presumes you to be guilty unless there is evidence on record. And even in this procedure, Mahua Moitra right now is innocent, but if the allegations against her, the ethics committee decides are serious in nature, or they require any further criminal investigation, or they decide on expulsion, it will be referred to the Speaker and then will be adopted through a resolution, if at all that option is exercised. Ananya with us on the broadcast. Yes, Ananya, tell us more details about the options that exist.
Well, definitely, Anusha, as you were clearly pointing it out, that, the parliamentary committee, what it can do is it can definitely clear Mahua Moitra of all charges if at all there is no kind of evidence that is available against her. But the two other options that the committee has is that, refer this matter, in fact, to the Central Bureau of Investigation or the Enforcement Directorate, saying that, they have limited powers, and then a criminal investigation, a full-fledged criminal investigation can then begin in this particular case, where both these agencies can pull in. And we've seen that, nothing at this point of time, the evidence that is to be seen in this case is one of the most important thing is the NIC report. The NIC report would be revealing out a lot of things, when and where these particular accounts were used, how and what was done from that particular account after that particular login had happened from a particular place. Because, Mr. Hiranandani had been claiming that he had used that particular account. So that would be clear with the NIC report. And if at all the parliamentary committee feels and the NIC vouches in with that particular report that, the account has been misused, the account has been used outside of India, that is something that is not only a matter of criminal investigation, but could also be, as is being said by the Bharatiya Janata Party, to be a national security threat. Because remember that this is an account of a member of the parliament, one of the sacrosanct posts that is held in this country. And if at all there is some kind of a compromise that has been done, that could be taken very, very seriously by that particular parliamentary committee. Right. And the next option, that is definitely the investigation. If at all the CBI and the ED pulls in the money trail, then has to be find out whether there was something that was given in exchange of use of these particular accounts, whether there was some money, some gifts, some articles that were given to Mahua Moitra, as it is being claimed in fact the defamation case. Also, if you remember, when the first hearing had taken place where Mr. Gopal Sankar Narayanan had to withdraw, the Abhimanyu Banerjee, who was appearing for in fact Nishikant Dubey, had said that Mahua Moitra had taken gifts, had taken articles, and exactly.
And Ananya, right now for the moment, let's just focus on what the ethics committee is doing and what they can do and the ramifications of it. We spoke about the options that exist before the ethics committee. I also want to go across to my colleague Pallavi and talk about the political ramifications of it. Whatever the committee may decide in the course of time is one matter. The perception of it is equally important in politics. Pallavi will tell us more about it. Pallavi, politically, what's at stake?
And what's at stake is not just for Mahua Moitra, but also the stand which the Trinamool Congress is going to take. It's going to have deep repercussions also on the Congress party, because Mahua Moitra shares some very good equations with many Congress leaders. And there are also allegations, and in fact in her negotiations and in her dealings, there were Congress leaders who were very much a part of it. And of course this is going to have a deep impact also on the perception building exercise as far as the India front is concerned. Well, to talk about the Trinamool Congress first, Anusha, they are being very, very careful. As of now, the only statement which has been issued by Derek O'Brien has been that we are watching the developments. What the ethics committee says, what it recommends, will become the basis for any future action against Mahua Moitra. Just in case the ethics committee recommends her disqualification and also criminal procedures against her, Speaker acts upon it, I think her political fate within the TMC in that sense does get sealed. As far as the Congress is concerned, we know this for a fact that behind the scenes, there are many Congress leaders who do want the TMC to come out in open defense of her, because the cause that she is raised, according to Congress, is very similar to the cause which has been raised by Rahul Gandhi. What really unnerved everyone, even some of her closest friends and allies, is those allegations against her that she gave in the login details to a rank outsider, to a businessman outside the country. And those allegations is that the businessman is actually dictating the questions and the issues she should raise inside Parliament. These are very, very grave allegations. This can also be seen as a violation of the Official Secrets Act, and there are those grave allegations against Mahua Moitra, which is why I think she's just getting too hot to handle for her own party, for other political parties, and for the BJP. It's going to be a moment to point out that, look, it's a coming together of corrupt political parties, and Mahua Moitra is a prime example of that.
All right, Pallavi, thank you so much for putting that in perspective. And as you rightly said, the political implications of it are layered. Of course, first on the TMC, but also on many political parties and opposition leaders who have a proximity to Mahua Moitra. The fact that TMC is being abundantly cautious only shows what's at stake, and nobody knows which way this will really go. Thank you, Pallavi, Payal and Ananya for joining us on the broadcast. Kamalika Sengupta also getting us all those details.